Hello, all you beautiful beings, and merry meet. Today is August 1st, aka Lunasa, aka Lamas, which is a Sabbath on the wheel of the year celebrated by witches, pagans, and Wiccans. It's celebration of the coming of the end of summer and the coming harvest. So I thought I'd make a video about this today. And I wanted to talk about it. Oh, great, not this guy again. Anyway, I kind of wanted to tell you guys about my journey into becoming an atheist witch. Being an atheist witch, you don't need, well, it's not the same as being a Wiccan or a pagan necessarily, because you're obviously not centering your witchcraft or your practice around deities or worship of deities. But you can center it on something else, such as your own values, such as kindness, compassion, your community, nature, which is a good one, like to ground yourself in, and...
Greetings, Magogonites, and welcome back. You may have noticed I'm no longer wearing my graduation robes. I figured it's time to stop celebrating my leaving the Academy of Runevald. So I'm back in black, baby! And you know what they say, once you go black, you never walk straight again. It's not funny, it's not funny, it's not funny, it's not funny, it's not funny! It's not funny!
Okay, Mr. Maggot, what do you want?
Anyway, today we are performing a mass ritual, and I need the help of some witches to perform this porno. I mean, spell.
Well, Magog dear, if you're looking for a witch to work with you, you're barking up the wrong tree. And looking for a witch to star in a porno, ha! Beg pardon, no disrespect to any actual sex workers, but barking up the wrong tree here.
I didn't always identify as a witch. I used to be a pastry chef.
But then she took an arrow to the knee. I'm sorry, I know that meme is played out. I'll see my way out over here.
Ooh, she can bake.
I feel like in capitalist America, we always identify with our occupation first.
Fucking capitalism, am I right? Gods forbid you actually, I don't know, make money.
Yeah, I know, making money is also important. Oh, by the way, weren't you, like, shilling, your, crowdfunding campaigns, like, for weeks? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, because I've crowdfunded before, but, like, crowdfunding is closer to socialism than people actually think. It's kinda worth thinking about. I know you won't think about it for too long, but, okay. So, folks, our dear friend Magog of Morskar is going to be reacting to this video of other witches who work for Teen Vogue. This is going to be interesting.
So now that I'm a professional witch, I'm doing witch a lot harder and a lot more than I ever was.
Oh, look. A laptop covered in edgy, "See, I really am a witch" stickers and a black-haired pussy. I am so turned on by women who outwardly display their daddy issues.
Daddy issues. Okay, first of all, I find it really interesting that these same anti-feminist, anti-social progress fuckheads recycle the same tropes again and again, and then have the gall to call other people regressives and whatever else. Secondly, I find the regurgitated trope of daddy issues so interesting because it essentially shames people, specifically young women, for trauma they suffered at the hands of their parents. Like, how shitty is that? Really. Not saying he touched a nerve at all.
I'm one of the owners of Catland Books, and we are an interfaith occult shop and event space, meaning we hold community events, rituals, talks, and classes, and we also sell pretty much everything you'll ever need for witchcraft.
Catland? Of course. What is it with the witches in your world and black cats? Seriously, it's like a cliche or something. There's not a single witch in Morskar that has a cat as a familiar. Cats don't do anything, and they care for no one.
I'm sorry, Magog, do you have some weird issue with cat people? I mean, I'm a dog person. I'm a very, kind of devoted dog person. Loki is asleep on my floor as we speak. Again, I don't know if he's asleep or he's just laying down and ignoring me. But, like, I don't, like, have this weird issue with cat people. I actually adore cats and would have one or more if I weren't allergic to them. But this is odd. Like, did a cat snub you at a party, or are you just so repulsive that not even cats want to deal with you? That I could actually believe. But, just proceed.
Most witches I know, they start out with werewolves as familiars. Usually an ex-lover that's been cursed, so that now he has to be the loyal servant and dog. And werewolves will fuck you up.
Yeah, well, who's your animal familiar, Maggie? That Joanne Fabric's Halloween decoration next to you? And yes, I know that's the Joanne Fabric's Halloween decoration because I used to work there and we would sell those every year. Speaking of which, it is August, so Halloween decorations are going to be in the store, meaning it's time to redecorate. But moving on.
Magic is something that I do. Witchcraft is something that I practice.
Why, hello. Let's make magic together.
It really is nice to know you're still a fucking creep. Some things never change.
And being a witch in the modern world, it's a little bit rebellious.
Seriously, this is why you're a witch? To be rebellious? Daddy's not the purpose of witchcraft.
Do you just not understand basic English syntax? She did not say being rebellious is why I'm a witch. God, someone get the phone. She said that she likes being a witch and it's somewhat rebellious in this world, which in a way is kind of true. Some people's existences in this world are just kind of inherently kind of rebellious because they're against the norm. Do you just not understand basic syntax, or are you just being a dick? It could be kind of both. I'm willing to bet it's kind of both.
The purpose of witchcraft is to seek control over arcane power. You want to be rebellious? Get into porn and have a last name Star with 2 R's. Seriously, become a porn star. Please?
Okay, again, I don't think she said that was the purpose of witchcraft, but, yeah, I think you already know that. You're just being an annoying little jerkweed.
I'm a witch because it's empowering. It feels like I'm participating in a living history of women and trans feminine people that goes back forever.
I knew it! There it is. I'm a witch because my gender identity is the most important thing about me.
Do you have selective hearing or something? That's not what the woman said! Oh my god, Jeremy, at least try to listen. Try to listen. Pull your head out of your ass. Okay. Breathe. And actually, that's what part of what attracts me to witchcraft too. Like, it's this great. It's not totally practiced only by women and trans feminine people, not even today, but it does have a great tradition of that. That's part of what attracted me to it. But you know, these people only hear what they want to hear. It goes right back to the first video response I made to this guy. Ugh. It just goes to show you how exactly the same all these videos are.
Love of all things unholy. And by the way, witchcraft is not the oldest profession that goes back forever. There's actually another profession that is the oldest. And you know what? I don't have time to set up this joke. It's prostitution.
It's commonly known that prostitution is the world's oldest profession. Actually, I think prostitution and grave digging are probably tied as the world's oldest professions for a number of reasons. However, witchcraft isn't even really a profession. I mean, I have seen witches online who do certain things for money, like tarot readings, things like that. But it's not a profession, and it can be a spiritual practice. It can be something you do, like, oh my word. Are you just so creatively bankrupt that you had to make a fucking prostitution joke? You might be, because you made, like, at least 2 porn star jokes. God, take a cold shower, man. You're that freaking... You're fucking thirstier than I was watching Black Panther. Why, yes, I do watch Lily Orchard. Thank you for asking. Although that is true of me watching Black Panther.
I'm a witch because it's something I grew up with, and something that made a lot of sense for me as an adult as like a practical approach to spirituality.
My family was Catholic, Irish Catholic.
Irish Catholics. You could have just said alcoholics.
Lazy comedian is lazy as fuck.
But, there's a lot of Catholic folk magic and Catholic folk traditions that people don't realize are witchcraft, just by another name, or not having a name at all. My grandma definitely did things, my mom did things that they would never label witchcraft, but that's what they are. Like hanging a rosary on your door to keep evil away.
Hanging magical charms on your door only makes evil go to the window, sneak in, and ass blast you in your sleep.
Charming.
So one of the first things I learned about with witchcraft was about the Wheel of the Year and sort of the seasons changing and the festivals that go along with the seasons changing. You've got Samhain, which most people know as Halloween. You've got the winter solstice, which is Yule. But that was the first sort of thing that I acknowledged in terms of like living magically.
She was so happy to say Samhain, and then revealed to the people that it's called Halloween by most. Please. Everyone already fucking knew that. You want to impress me with occult holidays from your world? Do some research. Walpurgis Night, the Feast of St. Andrews, National Feminism Day. These holidays are more horrifying than Halloween will ever be.
First of all, no, it's not common knowledge. When I first heard the term Samhain, I didn't know it was Halloween until, I saw the date. Secondly, of course the point is lost in your simple ass as to, like, how learning about the Wheel of the Year and seasons changing, like Halloween or Samhain, Yule or the winter solstice, and so on, Imbolc, February 2nd, signaling the coming spring, all that, or today, Lunacy, which signals the end of summer and the coming harvest. That puts you more in touch with nature and the changing seasons. This is the problem I have with these channels, is that they're just class clowns, and it's like, the thing is, I'm not against comedy, okay? contrary to what people think, I'm not this big bad humorless feminist who wants to ruin all the fun. I like funny stuff. Okay, I have a buttload of Calvin and Hobbes treasuries in my bookshelf. They literally helped me get through my high school years. Parks and Rec. Parks and Rec is one of my favorite shows. I would binge watch it if I ever remembered to pay my bill on Netflix. It's like I like really funny things, but channels like this don't exist to just be funny, and that's it. Like Funny or Die, or like Channel Awesome before all that controversy shit blew up. They exist to take education stuff that's meant to educate people or like inform people about the world around them and just poke fun at it and laugh and like, oh, this is so stupid. It just like, oh my god, just stop, okay? Just stop. Stop. You are just actively making the world worse. It's and in case people are wondering, that's actually why because I responded to a comment on my last video. This is actually why I hate South Park. Because it contributes to this kind of mentality. But, proceed.
My practice revolves mostly around spirit contact and trance work. I do a lot of work with certain spirits that like I think I can get a practical result out of, and going into trances and like dealing with them there.
Can you force spirits of the dead into the bones of dead animals and bend them to your will? I didn't think so. You're not talking to spirits, you're dropping acid. There's a difference.
Magog, Jeremy, I know your simple ass will never educate itself on anything, but I do highly recommend you go to even just Pinterest. You can learn anything about spellcraft or magic or anything of the sort. I mean, it's not that hard to learn about. It's just, if you actually give a shit, which you don't, I know. But I at least wish these people would try. Just freaking try. Try. It's not that freaking hard.
Tarot is a divination method. It's like a tool for your intuition. It doesn't just say something on its own, it just helps you reframe a problem and see it from a new perspective.
Boom! Oh! You're in trouble now, Poe.
What? Why?
Because it's not likely you'll get a flush on the river, and I'm holding a pair of ladies.
I thought we were playing Go Fish.
Dreaming is very important in witchcraft. A lot of my magic revolves around dreams and dream magic.
Dream magic, eh? Now that is powerful.
Motherfucker.
Tell me, how do you like to go into others' dreams and drive them insane? Personally, I like to use a transmutation soul spell. You drive a piece of your spirit into an ether crucible and then transmute it into a nightmare soul elixir.
Do you have any hanged men?
Go fish.
God damn it.
How much do you want to bet that in real life Jeremy has a very hard time finding dates? I'm willing to bet it's true.
Practicing witchcraft, at least for me, is an effort at decolonizing myself, my notions of morality, religion, gender, and returning to, or trying to return to, a mind state that was pre-Christian, less prejudicial, and freer.
Decolonizing yourself? Really? For fuck's sake, get a job, hippie. And stop using witchcraft to prop up your gender identity and make it more important than it really is.
For God's sake, stop trying to sound like a pathetic little boomer. You're 2 freaking years older than I am. And her gender identity must be important since you had to bring it up twice, despite her not bringing it up really in that part. Well, I guess she kind of touched on it, kind of decolonizing her opinions about about gender and morality and so forth. Which, maybe you ought to look into it before you get all salty in the butt about it. Then again, Jeremy, I guess looking into things before getting salty in the butt about them isn't exactly your strong point.
Real witches from your world hate that shit. You're lucky a real witch isn't watching this. She could decide to curse you with a gender disillusion spell. Oh. Already happened.
Charming. As much as you wish it otherwise, there are plenty of witches in the real world who aren't transphobic pieces of shit, and who stand in solidarity with our trans brothers and sisters. Unfortunately, there are, witches and pagans who are fascists and trying to claim paganism and witchcraft as fascist, but, there are plenty of Antifa witches and pagans standing against that as well. So, excuse me. Maybe stop crying about it, because, we're not going anywhere. Okay.
Every morning I wake up and I pour a glass of water for my ancestors and I leave it at their altar.
Are your dead ancestors thirsty?
Oh, laughing at your little delusions, are you, Maggie? Grow the hell up and look up libations and not libations, but tribute paid to ancestors and those who came before you. In fact, that's part of celebrating Samhain. In a way, El Dia de los Muertos in Mexico is closer to Samhain than Halloween is. Just pointing that out.
That's just a way to honor them and to thank them for where I am right now. And at the end of every day, I always say thank you to 4 things. I say thank you to the land. I say thank you to the gods, spirits, and animals of the place that I'm living. I say thank you to the mighty dead. And I say thank you to the living people.
You should also say thank you to me, your future dark overlord, Magog. I know that you know deep down in your heart there's only one overlord for you. You're welcome.
She's not gonna sleep with you. Get over it. God, man. Stop being so thirsty.
I think anyone can be a witch. Everyone should be a witch.
Then being a witch would be useless and boring. At least your definition of a witch. But not everyone should seek such power.
Oh, sweet Jesus, it's this mindset all over again.
And when everyone's super, no one will be.
Thanks, Brad Bird. Thanks for introducing a whole new generation to Ayn Rand's delusions. You're a real pal. Thank you. Yeah, I know the villain's saying that, but, the movie didn't exactly say that mindset was wrong.
It comes at a heavy price. Just like high-class hookers.
I think it's very similar to being a musician, that there are some people, that have the talent kind of from birth, and there are other people who practice every single day, and it takes them years and years to get even sort of good at it. But anybody can play the guitar. If you want to do it, you can do it.
Now that's true. Every guide I've seen when it comes to spellcraft and rituals and so forth says that just practice, get better, and all that. Or, as the great philosopher Jake the Dog teaches us,
apparently, I suck at being nonviolent.
Dude, sucking at something is the first step towards being sorta good at something.
Well, of course, if they want to be your version of witchcraft, it's easy. Anyone can do it. You pick up a book, you do a little reading, you buy some herbs and incense, and you dress like a reject from the craft.
You look like No, I'm not even gonna make my Hot Topic Emperor Palpatine joke. In fact, the craft. That won't just hit me. You are Nancy Downs' punishment. Nancy Downs was killed, and she was reincarnated as you. It all makes sense. For her crimes against humanity and the craft, Nancy Downs was killed off and brought back as you, a hideous man. It all makes sense now. Why didn't I see it before?
Boom. Done. Easy. Real witchcraft is seeking ultimate power through the manipulation of the elements. Give that a try sometime. Bend people to your will and raise the dead. That is witchcraft.
And if you...
In all seriousness, I don't know whether or not in real life Jeremy practices witchcraft. I wouldn't be surprised either way. But what is the fixation on, like, what is so wrong about the idea that anybody can do it? It's like, I mean, for all the faults that some really hardcore conservative Christians in America have, they don't feel less special just because they're the biggest religious population in America. Like, so that's worth thinking about. I mean, some of the more conservative ones can be kind of quote-unquote snowflake-like in other behaviors, but aside from that, I mean, this is kind of like the attitude. Again, I don't know if Jeremy is actually a witch or not, but this is kind of the attitude really young witches who get into it, like, in their teen years might take. Like, if more people get into it, it's less special. It's like, so what if it's less special? So freaking what? It's like, I for one would be glad if it was more well known and it was less stigmatized and more people felt empowered by it. What is so bad about that? In his case, I think it's just that these right-wing morons have a problem with collectivism. Poor babies.
If you want to be a witch, you can be a witch.
At the end of the day, I don't really care what you believe in, what religion you are, or whatever, so long as you're not an asshole.
Well, then what was the point of this video, then? You complained and moaned about what people believe, so clearly you do care. It's like when something happens that people don't like, and people are just like, go out of their way to make comments about, I don't care what X person thinks. Clearly you do care because you commented on it. It's like, when I don't care about something, I don't go out of my way to comment on it. Which, yeah, I made this video because, yes, I saw this video and I was annoyed by it, and, I commented on the video, and, Magog proceeded to, laugh at me and accuse me of being obsessed with him, and then misgender me, which was weird. Does my Jack Skellington hat make me look masculine? I don't know.
But here's an idea. How about you stop using witchcraft as some sort of cover to your gender identity?
Okay, I'm starting to think that he was just really attracted to that transgender woman, and, it made him uncomfortable, and that's why he's fixating on it. I'm really starting to wonder, because, like, he is literally the only one who's fixated on it. I mean, that was, like, the least important thing in this video, and, like, because, like, even she didn't, like, use it as a cover for that. She talked about other things, like, how she uses tarot, how she grew up Irish Catholic, and how she, noticed, like, some traditions of that are similar to, witchcraft. Like, half of my family is Catholic, and I've noticed similar things. My dad isn't super Catholic, so, like, he doesn't really do a whole lot of that. But yeah, it's like, I really have to wonder, like, why these guys take so much umbrage with the existence of transgender people. It's just, oh boy.
Or your feminism, or just plain rebelling against your parents, okay? It pisses people off.
Again, this is all projection. None of the women in that video used their identity as witches as a cover for any of that. You are projecting all of this onto them. It's just because clearly you do have a problem with what they believe, because, like, you have a problem that they're feminists, you have a problem with the fact that they're feminists and witches, apparently, because, like, oh my god, jeez. I mean, clearly you do have a problem, and, you know, it's one thing to have a problem, but again, don't pretend like you don't, because you wouldn't make a 12-minute video if you didn't care.
Real witches, they don't have to showboat. They hide in plain sight, manipulating the powers of the universe to gain authority, influence, love, power.
Or to just plain take control of their own fate. Your gender identity witchcraft sucks. It's weak. Anyway, that's it. I'm out of here, Magogonites. We'll see you next time. Check out the links below and give Daddy Magog some...
Shut up!
Thank you, Nigel. It is later in the day, and I am in my night clothes, and my hair is a hot mess, so I'm covering it with a hat. So, in the end, once again, Magog/Jeremy misses the point. The video by Teen Vogue itself is actually just about how these young women decided why they just it's entitled "Why I Decided to Become a Witch." The subtitle is "These Everyday Women Spill Why They Identify as Witches, What That Entails, and What Their Witchcraft Means to Them." Now, you might be wondering why I kind of made this partly a video response when I was starting it off as talking about how I was celebrating a Sabbath today. Well, in a way, I guess the goal was kind of parodying the way he makes videos. But also, I have wanted to respond to that video for a while. Especially since it was one of the videos I commented on that he actually took notice of my comments and got really, really upset with them. Even though he seemed to be, like, making jokes about it, I could tell, like, I really kind of touched a nerve. And I don't really know why. I mean, if you say, like, really vile things about people, I think you should be able to take a little criticism. But anyway, yeah, I will have videos out talking more about the Sabbats and more about what being an atheist witch means to me. I do reblog about, like, atheist witch things and, like, Sabbats a bit on my Tumblr. Yeah, I use Tumblr, shut up. Because it is actually a really great resource for that kind of stuff. Pinterest actually is a really great resource as well. Actually on my Twitter, I tweeted a picture of of some of the cinnamon bread I made today to celebrate Lunasa, because, well, since it's a celebration of the coming harvest, wheat is really associated with it. The recipe is actually from that vegan cookbook I showed in one of my live streams, the hearty vegan meals for Monster Appetites. It's really good, and Loki and Skylar both really love it too. My brother seems to like it. The one brother who has tried it. So yeah, I'll have videos coming up about that kind of stuff. I don't really have, like, a whole lot of tools to set up, like, an altar, but, like, I'll talk more about that, about, like, setting up an altar on a budget. I've kind of cleared off a space for it on my desk. Yeah, I will definitely, like, you updated on stuff like that. Yeah, until next time, as always, peace, love, and stay hydrated, and It's nighttime. I'm gonna probably study Spanish and then go to sleep. So, good night, everybody.